media. Fucker! Woo! Man, all right, let's talk about another movie that's pretty unique.
Yep, this is called Spoilers Ahead for Violent Night 2022. This movie only came out 2 days ago.
When you first name this movie is named after like a pun. This movie's name is a pun from the song Silent Night. You can find it on the grocery store next time you go shopping. That's not actually true. They don't play
Scary Night.
Yeah, but they didn't have the
It's a
song in the
creep
movie. I
song.
thought they were gonna write a Violent Night like thing and like play it during the credits or something. I stayed for the credits thinking they were gonna play like a Violent Night Christmas
Some
song.
sort of remix, yeah.
Nothing.
Santa does.
Absolutely nothing.
He
2
does
out of
drop
10.
some
Go fuck
puns.
yourself.
Time for some seasons beatings is one of his. I fucking love this movie. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Okay, I also enjoyed this movie. This movie has so many great quotes.
Yeah.
Grandma got puked on by a Santa. The best line in the movie: "Kiss me in front of my son."
That kid, I wanted to beat that kid. Like, I'm not even into that. Like, but
I wanted to beat that kid, but then I wanted to pick up the kid and use him to beat his mother.
Yeah.
We are like the way we are, what we're raised as. Like, it's not a coincidence that I like sweet tea more than a person from California. So when you see his mother, I feel like the kid came out better than expected.
Oh.
Also, like, they have a throwaway line saying like the kid like grabbed had some non-consensual stuff going on, and then they just move on from there. Like,
yeah, I didn't even remember that.
They had a throwaway line about Me Too in here.
What happened? I don't remember it. What did they say?
The guy who I thought was the main guy, and fortunately turned out to be a pretty small part of the movie because everyone else was great and he was not. He said like his ex-wife asked him for the gossip. I think one of the things he mentions is that the kid who is named after his grandmother had a moment where he forced himself on a girl, or I think it was sexual assault, not like, the full on. So now they have a gymnasium named after the family because they paid off the school. How are you just going to throw that character in there and then have him act as a dumb but well-meaning character? Like, he's definitely douchey, but he isn't like a villain. But then he also like tries to help, like in like the scene where they beat the guy to death. Like, he's a distraction. And then he gets like a fire shovel thing and like beats the guy up. That's not like the character arc that you start off with, non-consensual high school grabbing.
Super weird, and like, why even have that in general? Like,
I don't know.
He seemed like he was like 12 years old, didn't he?
I'm watching this scene like, why is this funny character starting off like that?
Yeah.
And then they don't address it. There's no character arc. It's like the rest of the movie was made with this character that's supposed to be like slightly hateable, but also slightly lovable.
Yeah.
And then they go back, you know what? We need something to make you not like him more than his TikToking. So let's throw that in, but then not address it. I don't know. I mean, call me old fashioned, but like if someone's going to do that, they need like some comeuppance, or they need like a character arc where they regret it. You can't just let that roll. It's just sitting there on the character arc like a turd. Like, I think you enjoyed the movie more than I did because you forgot about that line.
Yeah, I don't know.
And for me, I'm like, what are you doing? It would be like if like it'd be like if the sister was like really racist.
Yeah.
But then they just move on from it and like they have a hug at the end. Like, wait, well, what's going on here?
I was very sure that's where they were going to go with it. But maybe they were like, okay, we didn't hit our bullshit woke quota, so let's just throw the kid under the bus and move on.
I mean, they had, all the bad characters be white. I feel like they pulled that off pretty well.
Yeah, of course.
It's 2022, so the bad guys were Russian mostly.
Yeah. I thought he was German, that guy, Hans or whatever.
No, you're right. I made him
fucking
Russian
Germans. Yeah. Yeah, but the Germans are always easy targets.
I would like
They're
to
white.
apologize
Yeah. I would like to apologize to nobody. So the basic premise for this is Santa's at the bar in the beginning of the movie, and he's really down on his luck. He sees all the Amazon packages and calls kids greedy little shits, and they're just looking. They open their gifts and just move on to the next thing. So he's debating, is this my last Christmas? Like, they show him going through a house, and it's just packs and piles of Amazon packages, and it's just like, what's even the point anymore?
Well, he has a really, I mean, okay, so who's the guy who plays Santa Claus in this? Because I can't place him.
David Harbour. He was the most recent Hellboy.
The most recent Hellboy. They switched Hellboys?
Yeah, from that gross dude. What's that dickhead's name?
The guy from Sons of Anarchy was Hellboy.
Yeah, that fucking monster. He was Alexei in the Black Widow movie, the joke character. The dad.
That's it. I like that actor.
Yep.
I just didn't like him in that movie. Listen to our review of Black Widow and don't watch the movie.
Yeah.
But listen to our review of this movie and definitely watch the movie. Other than one line, it's kind of, floating through it like a turd. It's a really good movie. This is a childhood Christmas movie for adults.
Yes.
100%. Now I had to ask for all like the heart melting scenes. Did you get a little weepy?
I did not, but my wife was next to me and she was going for it.
I got a little misty. I'm gonna admit it.
It might be because I'm dead inside. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will say, some of the best child acting I've seen this year, which
the little
is a
girl was
real
great.
low bar, but it's she still cleared it. I mean, she sold like having Christmas spirit. I want to talk about a trope in movies where the trope where like Santa Claus is real, but like no one believes in him. That doesn't really make sense because in a world where Huffy bikes are showing up out of nowhere. I'm sorry, who's paying for Legos if Santa Claus will bring you some? No one's paying. No one. Legos are expensive. If those things are showing up for free, my childhood would have been very different. I was a good kid. I didn't get a Star Wars Lego because my parents were broke.
Yeah,
why is Santa showing up at some rich asshole's house? He spends like okay, so before like the machine guns come out, he's doing his Santa thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he spends a whole lot of time with like at this rich place. That's why no one believes in you, Santa. You go to like 8 houses a year. And all of them come here to be assholes.
Yep.
Yeah, but they do the whole trope of like Santa's real and like everyone thinks he's a mall Santa, but they do it really well. I thought it was like funny, like Santa like going up the stairs to the roof.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm loving this. I'm trying to remember like what my first like Santa is real movie is. It wasn't the Tim Allen movies.
Right.
And I cannot remember what came before them.
I'm such a anti-Christmas movie type of dude that this movie, I thought, I don't know how to explain it. This movie grabbed me like no other movie because it was like Die Hard meets, what was that movie with Tim Allen called? It's just called The Santa Claus, wasn't it? Yeah.
The Santa Claus, because he becomes Santa due to a technicality written on a business card.
Yeah.
The Santa Claus, by the way, is if you kill Santa, you become Santa.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, a lot of people tried to become Santa this year.
Yeah. They explain a lot of the Santa Claus magic away by even Santa Claus, like, I don't know how it works. I'm just the guy.
So you think that they want to have? I feel like they want to have a prequel where a fucking Viking becomes Santa Claus.
Yes, which is now Santa Claus's origin story, is he was a berserker.
Yeah. So if John, what's the guy actor's name again?
Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. If he like becomes really ripped and spends the movie using Skullbreaker becoming Santa Claus, and then like I don't know, he meets Rudolph or whatever, I'm definitely there for that.
Oh, sorry, you mean David Harbour's the Viking?
Yeah, David Harbour. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm totally there for him getting like kind of ripped and like using a sledgehammer to kill a bunch of extras.
Yes, which he does in this movie.
And it's glorious. It is. Yes. It's not good, but it's amazing.
So the main premise is John Leguizamo and his crew infiltrate this mansion that's in like the most secure, they got their own security guard for this place. Well, a ton of security guards. They're throwing a Christmas party, and John Leguizamo and his crew are going to try and steal $300 million that are in this fucking vault that's better than any of the things you see in Vegas.
That's the vault from our zombie movie.
Oh, yeah. It's stupid ass Dave Bautista zombie movie.
The one they thought they could have like 5 sequels for.
Yeah, and a TV series spinoff. So Santa Claus is there delivering gifts, and he hears all the commotion, and he's actually going to leave, but the reindeer left to go get his backup bag, even though the bag wasn't destroyed yet. But that's how they play it off. He was actually going to leave and just continue about his day.
Yeah, yes. My headcanon is that his magic doesn't work if he knows he's not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because he uses it to rip a guy's body to a stump.
Yes. The family that's there, I'll just run down. So you have the main guy who's just generic Christmas love story protagonist, but good thing he's not the protagonist in this.
He is so cringy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what they're going for. And he commits to it, so I'm gonna say he's doing a good job.
At one point he gets one of his fingers broken twice. It's just disgusting. But so he has a wife, they're at odds. They have a daughter.
But they don't make him bitch out though. Like when he's got his nuts almost in the nutcracker, he's still like, no honey, you don't know where the money is.
Yeah. Jesus.
Or no, Santa Claus isn't real. Like she's getting ready to get the attention of the terrorists, and he's like, no, crush my nuts, not take my daughter.
It's like, I already had a kid. What do I need him for?
I mean, I can think of a few things. Listen, I can make another kid.
Yeah. Do you burn down the factory or throw out the bad product? I mean,
Jesus.
Merry Christmas,
but she is
everyone.
A super cute kid, and
yeah,
and she's very lovable in this. Her interactions with Santa Claus make the movie for me.
Yeah.
I take that back. The filthy mouth on all the adults makes the movie, but she and Santa are the heart of it. Family is just so I love how everyone's getting ready to all right, everyone to your places.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's everyone knows what's going on, and it's just so toxic.
So the guy and his wife are at odds. They have that main daughter we just talked about. Yeah. The main guy's sister is just the most cringy, spoiled. She named her son Bertrude with a B because her mother's name is Gertrude, who thinks she's fucking Jesus.
Oh, another great line is, some of us aren't lucky enough to have daughters.
Yeah, with the son standing
I'm right here,
there.
Mom. Shut up.
Yep. Her boyfriend's a wannabe actor who just wants to get money off of the main, the mother. And before he dies later on, but he does an awesome barrel roll out of the window. That was pretty cool. This movie proves that Die Hard is a Christmas movie because they mention one of the gifts is Die Hard on Blu-ray, which whoever's receiving that, congratulations.
Okay, who's saying Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie?
I always have this argument with people. It's not about Christmas. It's Christmas is the catalyst for the entire movie.
And is it the best Christmas movie? Yes, it is. Why would you ask? Why would you ask that question? Everyone knows that.
There's 3 acceptable answers. Well, there's 2 acceptable answers after Die Hard. There's Christmas Vacation and Home Alone, and this.
Does this movie top Home Alone for you?
No, but it's up there.
I mean, there's a whole lot of nostalgia in Home Alone, and they do play homage to Home Alone.
Yes, they do, and
they literally remake 4 scenes. Again, this is a children's Christmas movie for adults. This is for the child in you. Don't take your kid to see this movie.
No, it is very gruesome, and it's rated R, so keep that in mind. Ugh. Yeah, they all have to line up for the mother whenever she enters the room, or when she first enters the room, even though she knows her family's in there, and she keeps walking by on the phone, just so they can see her and get lined up, which is one of the strangest things. But did you ever see the movie Out for Justice with Steven Seagal?
No.
Oh, we're doing that shit.
Oh, no.
There we go. Now we're talking. But there is a scene in Out for Justice where he puts a pool ball in a rag and lines it up tight and just starts beating the Christ out of all these thugs. And they had a bit of a remake of that in here. Santa puts a pool ball cue ball in a sock and
Yeah.
starts whacking this dude.
He puts like 10 cue balls in there.
There's a lot of kills in this which involve Christmas related items. One of the first couple guys that Santa kills, so obviously there's some icicle kills.
Yeah.
One of the first guys Santa kills is with the star off the top of the Christmas tree.
He kills him by stabbing him in the eye. The guy's like, I'm not done yet. So Santa plugs it in.
Electrocutes.
That was awesome.
Yes. A lot of good kills in this movie, including he kills about 35 special ops tacticians with a sledgehammer.
The guys that do a run up and do like the gun punch.
Yeah. What was the name of his sledgehammer when he was a Viking?
Skull Crusher.
Yeah. He does a pretty good impression of that, the sledgehammer, which David Harbour, that Santa Claus is a big fucking guy. So, the other Christmas related or winter related murder was one of the guys, and you could tell it was going to happen because they had like a 2-second still image of the snowblower.
Oh yeah.
He ties around two of the guys' necks and throws it into the snowblower, and they slowly are just dragged into it. And
I got like a really bad like life image of just living in a house where there are butlers just fucking standing there all day.
Ugh.
Like, could you imagine having a whole Christmas with 4 strangers in the room just waiting to like bring your mom a drink?
Yeah, you can even sneak off to JO somewhere, you know?
I mean, I'm pretty sure at least 3 of them were hookers. When you got that kind of money, you don't have to sneak off. You bring them with you. I don't know why you would want to bring your kid to like that Christmas. So we know why he did that, because the whole plan was for the guy to steal the money and run away with his family, because I guess he thought his wife and daughter would be fine with being international fugitives. His plan was to steal $300 million of federal government money from the CEO of one of the biggest companies in the world. And like there would be no repercussions from that. Like she has to have some sort of plan for how the money goes missing and no one worries about it. But like I don't think he has like the political machinations that she has. Like he can't, like no one, senators don't answer the phone for him. So his whole plan must be that his mother's going to cover for him while he's leaving with the money.
So Santa runs through a bunch of these folks, and the main girl, the little girl, has a Home Alone moment where she's setting up. There's a funny part where she's up in the attic and she sets up like they did in Home Alone 2, I believe, where she puts a nail on one of the rungs of the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so gross. And he's like, what, you think I'm not going to see this fucking nail? It's eye level. And he starts to step up and she sawed into one of the rungs. So as soon as he does, it snaps and impales him through the bottom of the mouth. That part almost brought a tear to my eye, honestly. But she has a lot of little tricks and traps that she does, because they mention in the beginning of the movie when we first meet her that she had just got done watching Home Alone, so it's fresh in the mind. And
yeah, so I will say the physics of her traps aren't as good as the original Home Alone. Like she has that slingshot that she uses to like launch a 30-pound dumbbell.
Yeah.
She couldn't pull that back. Come on. But like I really enjoyed like the heart of it.
Yes.
Like I would have tweaked the traps a little bit, but I do love like the whole she's hiding in the attic and like no one checks the attic while she's just setting up like a hockey stick and 20 bowling balls. And like apparently she finds some adhesive that instantly glues your boots to the ground.
Yes. I feel like he had that in Home Alone as well.
Yeah, he had that, but like Marv didn't fall down and then do a bridge to stand up out of the glue.
Oh, yeah. And so she subdues the guy with many traps. The bowling balls, she had, I don't know, 25 of them. I'm like, that's a obscene amount of bowling balls. But then,
I mean, there's probably a bowling alley in that house.
The chick who's like a ninja warrior, whatever the fuck, she's getting through all the traps, and then David Harbour shows up and just absolutely baseball swings that sledgehammer into her chest. somehow she gets up from that. I feel like she would be dead on impact. If you got hit in
Yeah.
the chest with a sledgehammer from that monster. So after he knocks off, 75, 80 people, I don't know. I have no idea
I
at
think
this
he
point.
kills like 20 people.
In that one room with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, that one room is like 15 or 20 people probably.
Yeah.
And then he does like a half dozen outside of like non-nameless characters.
At least 20 up to 1,000.
Yeah, definitely less than 1,000. The entire Max Payne video game series is like less than 1,000. My only other note is Santa doesn't do anything except give away stuff, and then he's mad about like materialistic kids.
Yeah.
He's not handing out like life advice and and family values. He's handing out rollerblades. He's handing out rollerblades and decorations. Like, what did you expect?
Yeah,
You
thought
reap
that
what you sow. He
Yeah,
sows materialism, and then he's mad about all this fucking materialism.
that's true. I thought he was mostly upset because the kids weren't appreciating his present, because they do play into it that in this
He's giving
timeline,
stuff to rich kids. Of course, they're not going to appreciate one
that's
more
true.
thing.
There were so many Amazon packages at that one house. Holy shit. I thought it was that they weren't appreciating the one thing he was giving them, because they play into the fact that the parents are still giving kids gifts, but he's bringing one gift per. I don't know.
I really feel like if you have the ability to like teleport and summon things from a sack, you should be like taking water to the desert or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
he's I have immortality and inexplicable powers that violate the conservation of math and energy as we know it. I'm gonna use this to hand out video games.
Right.
I'm sorry, but we don't even need you for that. We got instant digital downloads.
Yeah.
At least go to places that don't have Wi-Fi.
So it turns out that the main guy, the dorky generic dude, he stole the money before it made it to the vault, because the criminals get down there, the vault's empty, and he hid it among like this nativity scene under the hay. He had just duffel bags full of it. So then we get
it in like the light up wise men.
Yeah. And we get a snowmobile chase, which is fucking awesome, because when you get Santa Claus murdering a bunch of people with sledgehammers, I mean, where can you go from there? Fucking snowmobile chase.
Let's see. I did wonder about something though.
Yeah.
So, do you think that guy could really move $300 million?
What do you mean? Like lift it?
So let's see, $100 million weighs 2,000 pounds. So you tell me that guy moved 6,000 pounds of money?
Oh my God.
Okay, you can't put that much money in an average pickup truck. That guy moved more money than an F-150 can move.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell was he planning to do with that? Yeah, 20 kilograms per $1 million in $50 bills. Holy shit. There must have been a lot of duffel bags. He must have been working for hours.
Yeah, I mean, how'd they even get that on like what? They had like 4 snowmobiles? Is that 2,000 pounds of snowmobile?
It's like that scene in Breaking Bad where he's laying on top of the money.
Like, so was he driving through the yard with like a forklift?
Right.
And no one noticed?
I wouldn't be surprised if they had a set of heavy machinery in that yard. So, but yeah, the dad rented his own Brinks truck. That's why that was his plan. Yeah, or so maybe they just own one.
I really wish I had written down more of the great one-liners, but like, I can't read my handwriting from the movie theater anyway. And this movie is a delight. Is it good? A little bit, but it is amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of Christmas tropes in there, even though it's a very violent movie per the title. There's a lot of like
the tropes make it good.
Yeah, like a lot of heartwarming Christmas stuff, You go visit your family for the holidays, you're at odds with your wife, the holidays help you get back together, that kind of thing. There's still like you already said it earlier, it's a kids Christmas movie for adults. It's
as funny as like the Tim Allen movies.
Yeah.
It's got more heart, and the action is definitely worth a watch.
Fucking awesome. Who wouldn't want this? Why did this take so long to be a thing? Let's give some ratings, then we'll give the numbers, and then we'll get out of here.
So if the song were in there, 9 out of 10. No song, 7 out of 10.
This movie is. I don't like Christmas movies at all. I love this movie. It's 8.5. Go watch this shit. It's fantastic. Let's see, 3.8 thousand ratings on IMDb for a 7.1 out of 10.
Yeah,
So
it's the right score. There's no
because no song. Yeah,
there's
that's what
no
they all
song.
put. All the reviews said no Violent Night song? Question mark. 7 out of 10. All right. So as of today, Sunday, December 4th. So there's only Thursday and Friday's worth of numbers, and it has not released. I don't know if there's plans to release it internationally, but it's only domestic at this point. $4.86 million in essentially a day and a half, because the Thursday they only do like night showings. You know, when I edit this right before this releases on Wednesday, I'll put the current numbers up. So
I'm
go
gonna
and see
predict that it does. Wait, what's the budget for it? Oh wow! So this movie was the same price.
Oh my
This
God.
movie was half the price of The Musketeer.
Oh no. And technically with inflation, a third of the price, because it was 67 million after inflation.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, this movie is gonna. I will be surprised if it does less than like 80 million total.
Yes.
Like for the first, like, I don't know, week. What do you think the opening box? What do you think the opening weekend will be? I'm not good at the week. Like probably 20. It'll make its money back during opening weekend, I think. We should try to revisit this next Christmas.
Okay.
And like see if we're like, yeah, this is my holiday movie now.
All right. On that note, we will catch you guys later.
Until next time.